joined us. So welcome everyone. So this is our noon hour. I guess we can start, Deborah, if you want to hit record. This is our noon hour introduction to the Evolv Health Hope Movement, amazing stories. We've all been, many of us on this call have been with the company a while, and we've seen and heard some incredible testimonials. And then recently in Nashville a week ago, it was over the top, powerful testimonies. And so today, with only 10 minutes that we have set aside for this, we're going to get right into it. And the one story, I was hoping to have the guest here with us today, Jessica Wendt, but she unfortunately had an emergency today, and so we're going to bring her back next week sometime. But I'll speak on her behalf because I was so moved by her story. And it has to do with mental health. And you know, so many people are reading up about the connection between gut health and immune function. But there's also a huge connection between gut health and brain function. So people with memory issues, people with learning disabilities of different descriptions. And you know, we don't make medical claims, but I'll just tell you the way this young family, there were two sons in this family that had been born with conditions that prohibited their learning. Their ability to learn was very, deteriorated from very young. And it got worse as they went into puberty, as hormones change. They also had a lot of issues with mood and like really struggling in school. One of the boys, the 18-year-old one that was in Nashville, really was having such a hard time. The teachers were suggesting that he was a problem, and the parents were now looking at a group home situation because actually at one point the authorities came to the family and said, you're in a bit of a difficult situation. You're going to have to, for your own safety, put this boy into a group home. So you can imagine the upset in that family. By the way, if somebody's got their phone unmuted or their Zoom unmuted, could you please mute, because I can hear some background noise. And that would be much appreciated. So anyway, this young man was really having a hard time. And about 2 years ago, he got on to the products with the company. At that time, we had the daily, with the Evolv Daily with the immune in it. And if you don't know what these products are by name, then the person who invited you can send you a link so you can learn more about what these powerful products are all about. And they're science-based. There's tons of research. It's phenomenal, life-changing products. So he got on the Evolv Daily, which had the aloe vera extract called Ace-Manin, which really helped with gut health. And then he was also on the Fix, which helps with mood and energy and focus. And then on top of that, the Limitless, which is for inflammation. And within a very short time, within a few months, the teachers were commenting that he was improving in school. They didn't know what had changed, but he was definitely making a lot of headway. And but he still had some challenges. They were not all gone. And the younger son as well had some of those. And he also had a memory issue at 4 years old, the younger son, whereby at 4, they did some kind of brain scan and found out, they were doing all these different testing, they found out that his actual brain had erased all his memories. So he had no memory pre-4 years old, none. And it was literally like having to teach him how to talk again, how to walk, how to eat, how to do everything. So I've never even heard of this issue, but obviously it's out there. It's kind of rare, but he too got on the products and started to see some marked improvement, and his memory was coming back. And on top of that, his moods and all the other things that were challenges. So a year later, they introduced the Evolv Immune, or maybe it was 10 months later, I'm not exactly sure. And the immune is much, much stronger than the daily. It has 4 times the amount of the Ace-Manin in there. And within a very short time, this young man, the 18-year-old that was being told to move to a group home for safety for his family, was now able to get his own apartment, get a driver's license, get a job, and he announced on stage at the Nashville event that he now was dating. So it was very, very exciting to hear this kind of absolute turnaround in this family's life. And the other one, the young one, same thing. As soon as he got on the immune, just marked improvement in his learning and his memory. So we don't know how these things work sometimes. We just know they do. And so I'm going to turn it over to Heidi Kerman, who does know a lot about why they work, because she has a background as a registered dietitian and does a lot of work with her clients. So Heidi, I'm going to let you share what you've experienced thus far and take it away. You have to unmute.
Okay, I was muted. Sorry.
That's okay.
Well, thank you. That story just gave me total chills. And just hearing it live in Nashville, it really was truly, I think the entire room was like dead quiet when she was talking. And just, I always say it goes back to quality of life with integrative health and nutrition. It's, you know, our medical system is in a lot of ways very broken. And just today I had a client who's living with a chronic neurodegenerative disease. Not sure if I'm allowed to say the name, but starts with an M, ends with an S. But anyways, she's on, you know, a myriad of cocktail of different pharmaceuticals. And she was just saying, like, you don't win in these situations. You deal with symptoms and then you deal with side effects, and, you know, and then one thing leads to another, and they're on different antidepressants and all kinds of things. And, you know, then I see them and they've gained weight because of this whole like spiral of things that are going on. And so I just love that these products, while we don't advise people on medical things, we know that it can address so many of these core issues that all come from inflammation, gut health, and suppressed immune systems. And like you said, the gut-brain connection, which is so powerful. And so she is using all the products and, you know, still having to do these other types of medical treatments, but it is slowly but surely changing her quality of life. And she said to me, like, I drink that fix every day, can't live without it. And then I'm just so proud as a dietitian to recommend these products, because everyone who comes in is looking for a similar thing. They want this to be simple and convenient and healthy, and everyone is so busy. And that, like, just today I was talking to someone about the Life Bar, and I'm just so proud to recommend it, because this client said to me, there is nothing. She said, I tried to find a similar bar because I ran out and I could not find a bar. I said, amen, sister. You know, you can't, because there's nothing really close to it. Everything's so high in sugar. If it's convenient, it's usually not healthy. So Evolv, I think, has just done a smashing job with making these products taste good, convenient, affordable, and so powerful, like you said, in so many areas of health, you know, whether it's skin conditions or mood things or, you know, fatigue, you know, any number of issues that people are dealing with in all ages too, because I see children, adolescents, and adults, and they're safe for any of these ages across the lifespan. So I absolutely love that. And I mentioned yesterday that my 1.5-year-old niece just devours the Life Bars. And that is amazing too, because they don't have barely any sugar. And we're starting her on the absolute best quality nutrition, which is also helping her with, you know, not getting the toddler constipation. So it's just amazing how this works. And we're feeding kids, which there's nothing negative you could ever say about that. So that's a win-win in my book. And I want to get back to Mexico to see those kids.
Me too. Me too. With you too, Heidi. So just to close out, we're wrapping up here. So anything you would tell the new person who's looking at this from the perspective of, you know, how do they compare this to other other products on the market, like other bars and other shakes? I mean, what would you recommend?
I mean, we have so many tools, and there's so much on the website, that bar comparison chart, you know, or just talk to, I mean, I'm happy to talk to anyone. There's so many amazing people in this community, other health and wellness minded people and practitioners, that if you really want the science and you want to hear from somebody that is going to be very discerning, like myself or Ann Smith, you know, I love that everyone here is just so willing to share with each other. That's what I've done, and I continue to do it, because even when I feel like, you know, maybe someone just needs to hear from another perspective, not that I can't share good things, but Recently I reached out to David Mitz, who his background is acupuncture and holistic health, and I knew that he had an experience with one of his clients that I thought someone could benefit from. So I just love that, I would just ask the person who introduced you and see who you can't connect with. Join the Facebook group because there's a ton of stuff there. But a big part of this for me too is the community. So there's nothing negative I can say about Evolv. It's just, you do have to put the work in to share it and open your mouth, but it's so worth it.
It's not hard to do, though. All you have to do is eat a bar and somebody will say, what are you eating? That looks interesting. Thank you, Heidi, so much for joining us today. And I know we're all busy and we have many things to do, but whoever invited you on this call, make sure you sit down with them and have them show you the reboot, what's in these products. You can't find, I'm sure, comparable products in the market for this price point. And I've replaced my grocery budget. I would say about a third of my grocery bill is now spent on Evolv products, and I'm feeling so much better. And I'm 61 and I feel like I'm 40. So I don't think there's such a thing as aging while you're on Evolv products. It turns back the clock. So that's what I would start with. Get yourself healthy and then share it with others. We have a great hope movement and we are feeding kids. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Marcy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I have a quick question.
Oh, yeah. Please go ahead.
Can you please just say what the 3 things that you mentioned that the first 18-year-old young man was taking?
He was taking the Evolv Daily. This is before the Evolv Immune came out. So they probably would have put him on the Immune, but we didn't have it yet. So the Evolv Daily, which is fermented whole food nutritional supplement, and it has a powerful ace mannan extract in there, as well as the fermented whole food, the vegetable and fruit blend, probiotics, prebiotics. So it got his gut health back into balance. That was number 1. The second one was called Fix, which really reduces cortisol and the stress, and it fixes about 10 things. And I love that product myself. I drink it every day. It definitely helps with concentration, sleep.
Wait 1 second. So that's a drink.
It's a drink. Yeah. It's a little stick pack and you add it to water. It tastes like, it's fabulous. It tastes like berries and it's very low sweetener. It's a natural plant-based sweetener. So it's really good for you. So that one, everybody I've given it to pretty much loves the Fix, and kids as well. You can also make popsicles out of it. People have done that. And the third one was the one that deals with inflammation, because inflammation is definitely tied to our gut health. And if you can get the gut healthy, there's a lot of other things that are going to be normalized or balanced once you start dealing with that. And the brain chemistry, there's articles on the internet I've been researching myself. Quite a lot of connections out there talking about gut and brain health.
So it's limitless, Tanya.
Limitless.
And then he went on the 4th one, which was immune. So he was on 4 products once the immune
Okay.
came.
So you'll write those down for me.
Yeah. Send her the links to all of them, because it'll give you details on what's in them and when to take them. And if you have any questions also, I'm here to support anybody on this call who would like to get further details.
Okay, and I have one more question. So is the drink available in tablet form?
No, it's only in a little stick pack, and it's really tasty. So quite honestly, I think if somebody doesn't love the flavor because maybe they're just not into berry, you can mix it and make it like a tea. You can put cinnamon in it. I've sometimes squeezed a bit of lime in there because I don't like sweet drinks at all. But this is really a low glycemic sweetened drink. So it's worth trying. Plain.
It's just any flavor might be a problem.
Any flavor. Well, then you might want to sprinkle it on their food and they might not notice it. I think it's possible. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to do it. We could talk more. I'm a chef, so I can come up with a way for them to eat it if we need to. I'm sure we can come up with something.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm happy to answer any questions after the call too. I'll sign out here, but feel free to reach out to me, Everly, if you want.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll give you a call, okay?
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
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 Thanks again, everyone.